This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com. Today I have with me something a little bit different. We don't normally get the chance to cover devices made by Gigabyte and their G-Smart line, and this is the G-Smart MS820. Gigabyte is a company known primarily for their motherboards in the United States. They're based in Taiwan, but you can see they also make Windows Mobile smartphones. This is a VGA resolution display on this device, and look at the hardware features. This is the camera shutter button on the left side. It's a little bit odd. It's also stiff and very narrow. It makes it not hard to press initially to get focus, but very hard to press all the way in to take a photo. Of course, it's a two-stage button because it's a 5-megapixel autofocus camera here on the back with an LED flash. Next to the camera shutter button, we have the volume controls and a micro SD card slot. You can see there's no cover on it. The card just pops in and out right there. I've got an 8 gig card in it right now, my personal card. Bottom of the device is the mini USB port. On the right edge, just a 2.5mm headphone jack, no 3.5mm. Power button up top, the previously mentioned camera on the back. In terms of controls, we've got a pretty nice D-pad with call send and call end buttons. Also serve double duty for a couple different functions in Windows Mobile. One of the things that's odd about the design of this device, and we'll take the back cover off, which is pretty easy to do. It's hard to get the battery out, and it's very odd for getting out the SIM card, which not only needs the battery to be removed, but it then goes into a tray. I'm going to see if I can pull this out here. It's very, very difficult to get. There we go. Almost. Then you can see the SIM card actually sits in a tray. Kind of unusual. I guess they were running out of space here, but it works nonetheless. It's not like you're going to be changing SIM cards constantly. As you might have noticed when I had the rear cover off, there is a stylus included in the device. It's just a simple and very thin plastic stylus. It's a little bit difficult to get in and out of the silo here on the lower right hand edge of the device though. We've got the device powered up right now, and you can see it comes up by default to a custom touch-based user interface. Pretty nice looking, a little bit slow like the rest of the devices, I'll show you soon, but not particularly practical. It's kind of interesting that you can rearrange things by dragging them up and moving them around and stuff, but it really is not saving you a lot of effort, and side to side scrolling like this for getting to your commonly used items isn't particularly practical. This left hand button here brings up the standard home screen for Windows Mobile Professional devices. I'll show you that now. So this goes back to the stock Windows Mobile look, except for this large home button here, which pulls up the Gigabyte's custom UI that I just showed you. Down the bottom, we've got a couple of shortcuts for changing ringtones, changing sync, active sync parameters, things like that. Also for changing into horizontal versus vertical mode. There's an accelerometer. The device can be set up to automatically rotate the screen as well. I'm going to pull up Gmail, which I've pre-configured into the messaging application. One of the things you'll notice is there's no finger-based scrolling like you would find on HTC devices. That's a little disappointing because the narrow scroll bars on a VGA-equipped device like this can sometimes be a little narrow and a little difficult to get to. In any case, I'm going to show you a couple of features. Supports HTML email like all Windows Mobile 6.1 devices. You can see we've got attachments here for Word and Excel. Some formatted HTML text. I'll pull up a spreadsheet just to show you that it works. Again, finger scrolling would be nice here. And pull up a Word document as well. This is an old release from Motorola from 3GSM. The on-screen keyboard here. There are a couple different versions. This is the one that shows all of the keys. You can see I'm fully capable of editing in this release. I'm just going to discard the changes though. Like all Windows Mobile devices, the MS820 supports Exchange ActiveSync for push email and over-the-air synchronization of contacts and things like that. I've got it configured for Gmail right now, so You're able to get contacts and calendar entries from Gmail using ActiveSync. No email or task support though, so you'll have to rely on regular configured email, POP or IMAP or something for Gmail access, but it is handy for synchronizing contacts and calendar. This is the wireless manager. I'm going to use it to turn on Wi-Fi. You can see it is Wi-Fi capable. It's a quad-band GSM device. It also supports HSDPA 3G on the 2100 megahertz band. Now connected to one of the Wi-Fi access points here in the house. Up here in the upper right hand corner, it's a little quick menu. Handles memory management for killing off tasks, as you can see, kind of like HTC does. It can also be used to adjust screen brightness on the fly, rotating the screen, that kind of stuff too. Pretty handy. Go into settings, and we'll go into the System tab. You can see that this is running a 520 megahertz processor, and a little bit light on memory, about 128 meg of RAM usable, and for flash and for applications both, so a little bit light there. I'm going to pull up the camera application by long pressing on the camera shutter button. You'll see things are kind of slow. It's a little bit difficult to get focus. Pictures don't really come out that well for a 5 megapixel camera. Press the shutter button slightly and you'll see when I get focus it marks the brackets in yellow. To me, that initially told me that there was a problem. Turns out that's what it means when it gets a focus. Correct, instead of green like you would see on almost every other camera. If you can press that button all the way, it'll take the photo. I have to admit that for a while I thought that this camera just simply didn't work because I didn't figure I had to press that hard to get the shutter button to work. In any case, the camera does work overall. It's just not ideal. One of the nice things about the MS-820 is that it comes with a nice backup system. SPB backup is included in the device right off the bat. See, there's a number of different applications. We'll pull that up here. See the voice dialing and Microsoft Live Messenger. In the tools folder we have Zip, the previously mentioned backup, flashlight application. Built-in GPS, of course the Office Mobile suite. Like all Windows mobile devices, the MS-820 comes with the Windows Media Player. And of course it also includes Pocket Internet Explorer. Again, there's no finger scrolling though because Gigabyte did not add that to Windows Mobile, which doesn't innately support it. So that's the Gigabyte G Smart MS-820. It's a Windows Mobile 6.1 professional powered device with a 5 megapixel autofocus camera, quad band GSM, and 2100 megahertz 3G HSDPA data. It's available in select markets right now. Again, that's the G Smart MS-820. I'm Michael Orrell for MobileBurn.com.